Some of the events that we've listed suggest that we need to add additional state machines, submachines, to our set of concurrently executing machines. Typically, these correspond to internal timers. So you think about it, the clock radio has some timers in it. For example, with the snooze button, you know it has to time 10 minutes before it turns itself off. And those timers, even though they aren't directly or explicitly visible to the user, do affect things which are visible to the user. So we're going to have to model them. So the question then arises as to which ones those are. How do you come up with that list of things? And one way of doing that might be to consider events 8 through 11, which are the events that corresponded to pressing and releasing the wake and sleep buttons. So think for a minute about what is going on when those buttons are pressed, and presumably then the user is also pressing the hour and minute buttons.
And you want me to design another state machine to represent this?
Well, first think what the radio has to do to deal with those things, and see if that doesn't then suggest that we need to keep track of some history somehow, and that then suggests that we need to have another state machine there.
Okay. So I think based on let's say none of the buttons are pressed. Okay. Talking about the wake button and the sleep button.
Right.
It seems like that needs to be represented by some kind of state. We could say nothing or none or something. And based on that state, your other machines are going to act a certain way. Like when you press the hour and minute button, the rest of your state machines for adjusting the display and so on and so forth will act a certain way. But then you have a state where the wake machine or the wake button is pressed. So that's its own state. And based on it being in that state, your other machines will act a certain way.
So while we're pressing that wake button, we are in a state.
Yes.
Okay? And that state then allows us to press the hour button. Okay? So pressing that hour button while we were in that state has a different effect than pressing it when we're not in that state. Mm-hmm. Okay? So let's see what such a state machine might look like.